16 está manejando. Yo le quería poner 14, pero me dijo que 16, que no le hiciera de pedo.
Come on, Getter, come on. Descríbame con una palabra, Maduro. Descríbame con una. Describe me with one word, Maduro, and their hate that dictator. Descríbeme con una palabra, Nicolás Maduro. ¡Maduro! Con una palabra, descríbeme, Maduro. With one word, describe me what Nicolás Maduro represents to you, and they're saying, Maduro, you're a piece of crap. You saw the migrant caravan walking. 4,000 of them are walking again. Share, please, people. Share the video. We're live at Getter. We're live at Getter. We are live at Getter. Share the video, people. This is incredible footage. We're in down south of the border. "4,000 people, another caravan. We are walking. We are in the middle of this. Again. Te llevo con la gorra. ¿Cuánto me la vendes? Te la iba a comprar. Me gusta tu gorra. ¿Cuánto me la vendes? No, una de Venezuela. Quiero una de Venezuela. This is a new caravan of 4,000 that they're just walking right now. 4,000 migrants. Share this video. Share it on YouTube. Share it on video. Share it on Getter. Share it on YouTube, please. Saludos. People from Nicaragua with their flag. This is, again, Venezuelan people. Now, for everybody that does not know the quantity of this caravan, it goes by this. It's around the number that it says more than 600 children, more than 1,300 women, and almost close to 2,125 men. That is the amount of these people that they're walking. Now, they put themselves on this predicament because right now it is 12 o'clock at noon. It is really hot right now. Con una palabra, escríbame a Maduro. Una palabra, escríbame a Maduro. One word, describe me, Maduro, and everybody hates that dictator. This is what communism will do to your country. This is what communism will do to your people. You got children right here migrating. Also, share the video on Getter. We are live on Getter, and we are live on YouTube. Share the video on Getter. Share the video. Also, share the video on YouTube. We are live on YouTube, and we are live at Getter. Got live on multiple platforms. Gracias. As we're continuing this live broadcast, another migrant caravan of 4,000 heading to the north. We are live from the south border of Tapachula. Let me just put myself on the screen. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue right here live for everybody in the south border of Tapachula. We have been doing this coverage for 1 week over here as the tension and also confrontation between the migrants and the government has been at full effect. Ultimately, not only that, the migrants are tired, they're exhausted, and they want their governmental permit for them to walk freely into the north borders. This never got to accomplish by the Mexican authorities. Mexican authorities said, you know what? If you want this permit, you need to wait 3 months. But they don't want to wait 3 months. They want to completely move forward as immediately as they get here. So as they get here, they don't want to wait 1, 2 to 3 days. They want to move immediately. So because of that, because of the long waiting time, because of the exacerbated situation that is inhumane, the way that they are living, they decided to walk. Right now, it is a really difficult time to walk because it's 12 o'clock at noon. The temperature, it is heat, heat, humidity, humidity, and it is going to affect the children now. There was a census that it was done by authorities of Mexico and also by leaders of the caravan themselves. This census has been authorized for us to release more than 600 children, more than 1,000 women, and more than 2,000 men, 2,137, 125 to 127 men. The majority predominantly has always been men, military age men from Venezuela. There's people from Nicaragua and some people from Africa. But ultimately, the number one, it is the people from the men from Venezuela. And now you have more than 600 children. Putting the children through these conditions right now, it is not a good option. But they said that is the only option that they got. They're tired. They're exhausted from waiting to the Mexican authorities. The Mexican authorities are overwhelmed. This goes into a trickle and domino effect that it comes down to one thing, people. One thing only. It is open borders. This is what all the leftist governments want: open borders. Biden administration, AMLO administration in Mexico, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Honduras, and also Venezuela, and all these people. There is that's the only thing that these people, these open borders, what they have provided. Open borders have provided violence, have provided enormous trafficking of humans, enormous trafficking of children, enormous irregularities and illegalities. They are violently consuming the migrant population, and a lot of them, they are dying crossing the Darien Gap jungles, and also now the most dangerous place which they are now dying. It is sadly in the United States of America. That is the number one thing. That's the number one thing that they are now. Sadly, they are losing their lives from the numbers from three to seven, from 7 to 10 a day. They are dying in the deserts of Arizona, also in the deserts of Texas, and also crossing the river in the real Texas. This is already captured and already been declared by our own great investigative reporter, chief investigative reporter, journalist Ben Berquam, our brother. He did an interview with the deputy from the Real Texas, Deputy Bowles, who said from 7 to 10, migrants have been found on a daily day basis on the desert of Texas. Now imagine that quantity. Now in Arizona, it exacerbates into double the quantity because in Arizona, you got a governor that is not doing anything about this humongous inflation that is coming through the borders. That is Governor Ducey. He's not doing anything about it. So you have double the number, and now you have another caravan. We were broadcasting not too long ago a 15,000 people caravan, and now it's 4,000. 4,000 that they're walking, 4,000 that they're leaving, 4,000 that they're expecting to be received in the United States of America to give asylum and refugee inside of the United States. You have more, again, I will repeat the quantities, more than 600 children, more than 1,000 women. I don't know which is the amount of a women, but it's close to 1,000 and 1,100 some women. And the men, they were saying between 2,137 and 2,125. Another caravan. This will be my 11th caravan that I have walked. 11 times I have walked with these people, 11 times documenting this kind of situations, this kind of exacerbated situations. As you see behind me, there's people, there's young people, there's young kids also. And again, the number was given for all the people that they're watching. Number was given by entities, by the Institute of National Immigration, and also by governmental dependencies, which they are saying that more than 600 children are traveling on this 4,000 caravan plus 1,000 and plus women and 2,000 and plus men that they are walking in this caravan. So this is 4,000. Share on Getter, share on YouTube, share on Getter, share on YouTube. We're live on Getter. We're live on YouTube. You won't get this coverage. MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, Democracy Now, Daily Beast, all these leftist tabloids that they pander to just covering something that they're not covering the reality and the truth of the news. You will not get this coverage. So share this video, share this coverage. Let us get it on the screen. Todo. To my audience that was watching on Getter, I apologize. The phone overheated. The temperature, it is extremely hot. We are in a really hot day. Y Juan? Really extremely hot day. Getter ended the live. I apologize. The phone overheated on Getter. It did not overheat on this one. The temperature, it doesn't help that much, the temperature, but we're trying to do the best that we can, people. It is really hot over here. Nos vamos a la punta. I will continue this live feed. I will continue to be live. Continue to go live. We'll continue to go live. We'll continue to go live. I'm staying live with you guys as we're going to move forward. We're going to get in the car right now. And we are going to continue to move. Right now, there's 4,000 people. Share on Getter. And I am going to go down and walk with these people for a little bit. In a few moments, I will do that. ¿Cuánto estamos de ir a México? Yo creo que nos vamos hasta allá, ¿no? ¿O qué dice? ¿Sí? Ahorita lo tapamos que suba. We are live. We continue to be doing this live broadcast. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Sorry, in my live feed in Getter, the phone got overheated, and sadly, it was really difficult to connect again. If you guys can share the video at Getter, it will help a lot. 4,000 people caravan. 4,000 people caravan is walking right here. And again, I will repeat the quantities for people to understand. I will repeat the quantities of people. The vast majority of these individuals are from Venezuela. Vast majority of them are from Venezuela, but ultimately, a lot of you guys are saying, well, how many children. They did a census. The Institute National Immigration did a census, and also the Department of Humanitarian Rights. That is the department that clearly has more of the exact number of uh, migrants that they are going to walk us, that they are going to be walking on this next caravan. So they said more than 1,000. ¿Cuántas mujeres dijeron que era? ¿Mil qué? More than 1,200. More than 1,200 women, more than 600 children, and more than 2,125 men. That is around the number that they are saying. More than 2,125 men, more than 600 children, and more than 1,200 women. Those are the people that they're walking. Let us go all the way to the front. As you guys are seeing right here on screen, migrants are walking right now. They are on the move. And they're moving on the side. And it is the worst time to walk. I don't know who gave them this idea to walk at this time, to walk at this particular juncture and moment. There is no, and somebody saying Venezuelan socialists. No, they hate socialism. By the way, for people that are commentating on the live feed, Venezuelan socialists. No, they hate socialism. They hate communism. That is the number one reason why there are. Ay, chingado, güey. Este teléfono no sirve para nada, cabrón. The phone overheated again on Getter. The phone overheated again. ¿En dónde? ¿Pasó la guardia? Los van a querer parar, ¿eh? The phone continues to overheat in Getter. So just we are going to continue to go live on. The problem is that when it overheats on Getter, it is impossible to continue the broadcast. So I'm just going to get the audio right here on the form of YouTube. Continue to go live on YouTube. Let me just put the live feed right here on YouTube. Get the principal live feed will be on YouTube. Sadly, for people that were watching on Getter, sadly, I will not continue the live feed on Getter. The problem is that the phone is overheating a lot, and it is giving me complications for me to continue this broadcast. So I apologize for that, people at Getter. I apologize, but again, we're continuing this coverage. Put some ice pack on the back of the phone. Yes, Cindy Lopez, thank you for the for the solution, but ice packs, they don't they don't work over here. ¿Esta es la punta? ¿Esa era la punta? So I am downloading some B-roll video. I will be with you guys in a few seconds. There's the federal police right here. Actually, era el teléfono. Again, the same problem again with the overheating of the phone. It's tropical weather, so it's really difficult to have federal police is the cartel, and also the CIA. Thank you so much for joining in. Buy me a coffee, it's on the top link. If you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund, buy me a coffee is on the top link. Thank you so much for joining in. We are continuing to go live only on YouTube. As this is the international bridge for them to walk towards the inspection area, we're going to wait for them right here, as possibly there's going to be a confrontation between them and the National Guard. Hopefully there's no confrontation whatsoever, and I'm hoping that there's no confrontation whatsoever, because they have more than 600 children in this group. Aquí lo esperamos, Juan. We're gonna wait for them right here at this inspection point that is better known as a inspection point that has a lot of problems regarding stopping caravans. It has been known that this inspection point, it is crucial for confrontations between migrants and the National Guard, and it's sad to say that, but it is the reality. This is where a lot of these sad confrontations happened. Why is Mexico not arresting them? Wow. I will ask my same question to why the Biden administration keeps incentivizing this to continue. Being so inhuman to promise to the world that there is a safely and ordered and documented migration. Mexico needs to step it up. The United States needs to also step it up. And the Biden administration needs to stop incentivizing, and this will decrease. We are going to park right here, and we are going to wait for them as they are going to go through this inspection point. Again, we are going to watch this and see how this is going to come about. There is some border agents right here. They're going to let them pass. We are going to be underneath the bridge, consistently reporting on this, and see where these people are going to come. They're going to come from this east side of this area. This east side of this area, and they're going to go underneath the bridge and cross through this front gate right here, where you have the National Guard and also the Institute National Immigration officials. And let's see how is this going to end up. I don't see no National Guard officials. The only thing that I see is INAMI a few INAMI officials as the huge bunch of migrants they're about to, the vast quantity, the biggest quantity is going to arrive. This is an inspection point where migrants get stopped because if they don't have their documents, as you see right there on the right side. You will see some migrants right here on the right side that they are awaiting. This is an inspection point, which is not going to do anything because, and I'm going to be honest, why they're not going to do anything, because there's no operation right here. So they're going to let them pass. This is what I have been saying. This is how bad the government of Mexico is. And let me flip the camera to say this. This is how bad the government of Mexico is. How bad. And this is, they are normalizing for people to walk more than 60 kilometers. Sir, 4,000 migrants are walking right now. The estimated number it is given by the Department of Humanitarian Rights. This is the number. 1,207 women. 658 children. 2,349 men. 90% of this caravan are from Venezuela. So this is the inspection point. I will flip the camera right now to explain what is going on, but I'm sending a message to all producers right now that is really important that we start spreading the information to all our networks. Inspection point of Viva Mexico. Let's see what happens right here when the migrants, you see a National Guard official telling possibly the Institute National Immigration officers that there's going to be migrants coming in through here. Buy me a coffee is pinned on the chat. If you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund, buy me a coffee is pinned on the chat. So thank you so much for your contributions, your help. It's much needed for us to continue our live coverage and also to continue with our travels. As we are live right now, only in YouTube. I don't like to go on Facebook anymore live. It is horrible, the censorship that are doing on Facebook. It is just stupid. And I will say why it's stupid. Because you have more than 75,000 followers that we have on Facebook, and they're only notifying 100. How in the hell that happens? More than 4,000 migrants are walking. Their intention is to walk 60 kilometers between today and tomorrow. The estimated numbers that they were given by the Department of Humanitarian Rights are more than 1,300 women, more than 600 children, more than 2,100 men. The majority of this caravan, it is predominantly men. 90% of all of them are from Venezuela. ¡Ah, señorón! ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Aquí, nada, mira, okay. Con el señor allá. No, es otro pedo, señor de la noticia. Mira aquel ya hasta. Le va a pedir el rifle, cabrón. ¿Cómo andas?
Bien, güey.
¿Todo dar?
¿Cuántos son? Son un chingo, ¿no?
4.
¡Ah, su madre,
Pues,
otra pinche caminada, güey.
pues no nos va a quedar de otra. Lo bueno que me queda otra semana, güey.
¿Te queda otra semana? Ah, qué chingo.
No, o sea, esta.
Ah, esta.
Me quedé la semana pasada
Sí.
y ahora esta. Ya me quería ir a la casa.
¿Tienes hijos, güey?
¿Eh?
¿Tienes hijos?
1.
Cuando llega ya, mamá, ya llegó el señor que viene a dormir, nada más.
El verdadero mamá, ya creo.
Mamá, ya llegó el señor que viene a dormir cada semana. ¿No?
Hijo de la chinga. Oye, ¿por dónde bajan? ¿Por acá? ¿Así dan la vuelta? Entonces, ¿cómo no los van a parar? Pues, ¿por qué entran por allá siempre?
Porque salen de la otra calle, del Bicentenario. Ahorita salieron de regulación. Ahorita van a entrar acá.
Copy. Thank you so much for joining in. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. So supposedly we are expecting them to, I was expecting them to come through this side. Let me just flip the camera so I can talk to you guys for a minute and we can elaborate what is going on and what is happening. I'm sorry for the there we go. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Voice News and the Wendy Bell Radio Network. We're live right here from the bridge that is mostly known as Bridge of the Confrontation between the National Guard officials and always the Institute of National Immigration Officers. Échale la culpa a Biden. Biden no va a hacer nada, ni AMLO, ni ninguno de esos dos van a hacer nada. Son unos cobardes. Nomás provocan a la gente que migre por lugares inseguros. Y el principal culpable de todo esto son las Naciones Unidas con sus pactos globales de migración, que crean estos pactos globales para según ayudar a la gente, pero terminan perjudicándolo. Let's go back to English. We are expecting more than 4,000 migrants as I was walking. Thank you so much, Missy, for the coffees. Buy me a coffee is pinned on the chat. Thank you for supporting. We are expecting the migrants to be walking right now toward this particular area on the east side. But I wanted to show you right here this particular migrant station that we are located right here as the National Guard is behind me. Let me just put the tripod in a way that is not going to fall. Way that it's not going to fall. Ahí está. So thank you so much for joining it. Now, what's the whole thing? What the whole situation is, the migrants come through this side, and as they're going through this side, always there's an expectation of confrontation with the National Guard and also with military officials. But now, there is no expectation whatsoever because you don't have an operation and you don't have National Guard. You have National Guard officials, but they're not going to stop them. So it is just a few of them. It is 4,000 migrants. What are 10 to 12 National Guard officials going to do to stop 4,000 people? It is a checkpoint, but it's a checkpoint for migrants that they are being inspection right there on the back, and they're being inspection that they are caught on taxis, on cabs that they're being smuggled into one point to another. So that is what they do over here. They inspection taxis, cab drivers, also automobiles, that they are trying to smuggle migrants into another checkpoint, but they don't stop caravans. They have tried to stop caravans in the past, as we have seen, but today, I don't think there's going to be a possibility. They're going to cross from this side, from the east side of this bridge, and we are going to continue the broadcast, and we are going to continue doing this live coverage for every single one of you, for you guys to see the reality and the truth. And also, don't miss today at 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock East Coast Time. We're going to be live with Dr. Gina Prime Time, and also at 4 o'clock East Coast Time, we are going to be live with the War Room with Mr. Stephen K. Bannon. Go watch those two networks. Real America's Voice News, download the app. It is free. Also, Wendy Bell Radio Network. It is download the app. It is free. Let us flip the camera and let us explain right here. Muchas gracias, señora. You see behind me there is the INAMI officials. That is a bus that supposedly, when they capture a lot of them, that they are trying to smuggle them through different particular checkpoints. They put them on this bus and then they return them back to the Institute of National Immigration Detention Center that is called 21st Century. Again, we are going to see this again, the inhuman
This is inhuman. And I don't care what a lot of people say that Oscar, you're pandering. They put themselves on this predicament. Yes, I understand that. But you cannot normalize people walking. Don't tell me that that is your immigration procedure as a Mexican government. How embarrassing that is. That your immigration procedure, it is to put people walking to go to another immigration center. And there, when you walk 60 kilometers, then you can get the permit. So your process in Mexico, it is to put people walk. Let me get this right. So your process in Mexico is to put people walk 60 kilometers in inhuman conditions, in humidity, rain, thunderstorm. And then after that, you give them a permit. And then when they get to the north borders, they got to deal with the cartel. They got to deal with the organized crime and smugglers. Then they have to risk their lives crossing through a river in Del Rio, Texas. Then when they are embedded into the United States of America, a lot of them, they escape and they don't go through the filter of registering. So they risk their lives through the desert. And a lot of migrants, they're dying in the desert. According to Chief Bowles, in Del Rio sector, 3 to 7 to 10 migrants have died on a daily basis. How horrible this is. And again, another caravan. It's just caravan after caravan after caravan. ¿Cuántas caravanas van el año, Juan? 16. That is going to be the number today. For everybody to start spreading this news. According to journalists and according to information right here, the number of caravans that they have been started since 2022, since January of 2022, have been 16 caravans. This one, there was another one earlier in the morning of around 150 people. They initiated their travesty, 150 people that they initiated their travesty into the north borders. And this one, with this one, it's 16 caravans in this year only. 16. This is a normalization of an open border agenda. And this is how immigration is being handled in the continent of America. Putting people to walk. That is something normal for these people. If you put people to walk, that is something normal. These people don't care. These globalists, these elitists, these organizations, they do not care for these people. If they did care, they will stop them from going through the most dangerous place that is the Darien Gap. To tell them, do not risk your life over there. Please do not. They will tell them, you know what, do not risk your life over there. And also, not only that, but they will tell them this is the correct way, this is the process. These globalist organizations, they are relentless, they are ruthless with humanitarian. And for all these incompetent individuals that they're calling George Soros a philanthropist, why don't you come over here to all those incompetent wannabe tabloid writers, come over here and tell them in your face as they're walking. One of the leaders of the caravan and 3 leaders of these caravan of 4,000 people told us in the morning, I asked them this question, what do you think about these international organizations? If you had one thing to tell them, what would you tell them? And they said, what would you say to the United Nations? And they said, they don't have no heart. Look at that. They said they do not have no heart. It's crazy how these are international organizations in the United States of America, they're always pandering to the humanitarian side. All these Congress people from the left, they're pandering to the humanitarian side, but sadly, the reality is another. Not only that, you got a lot of infiltrated individuals, bad people in caravans, bad people that they're escaping from they're escaping from that violence. A lot of these migrants that they are already located, and a lot of refugees that they're already located in the United States, they're saying we're running away from a lot of these people that they're threatening our lives, and a lot of those people are infiltrating themselves in caravans. You got a lot of infiltrated people from the dictatorship of Nicolás Maduro. A lot of infiltrated people from the dictatorship of Díaz-Canel. A lot of people from Chavistas that it was from the government, the communist government, dictatorship of Hugo Chavez. A lot of infiltrated people from the dictatorship of Nicaragua and Ortega. Got a lot of infiltrated individuals. There needs to be a filter. Oscar, tell us, what would you change? The filters. First and foremost, you need filters. On every border, a process needs to be done. And if we're going to go by the Global Compact on Migration, for God's sake, respect it. The Global Compact on Migration says we need to migrate documented, peacefully, regular, and with a purpose. There's no peaceful migration. Putting people to walk on this is torture. Children, more than 600 children walking on this community, and whether it is torture, complete torture. This is incorrect to do. And the filters need to be implemented on every border. Every border needs to have filters to know the legitimate, fast-paced cases of asylum and refugee, the ones that immediately qualify, and the ones that they don't, tell them the process for them to enter to another country regularly. Do not incentivize the cartel and the organized crime like the Biden administration is doing right now. You want a solution? Filters, and also audits to the NGOs, to these non-governmental organizations that are taking advantage of this situation. They need to audit these organizations. The government needs to audit this organization. It needs to investigate what is their whole purpose, what is their profit, what is their whole goal to helping. Are you legitimately helping the migrants, or are you incentivizing for it to be a funneling business to other funneling business that is lawyers? A canalization for you to have a migrant to take them to, it is a domino effect. It is all profit. Sadly, this is a humanitarian crisis that there are a lot of them that are profiting. And it cannot continue like this. There needs to be a solution and a process. And also there needs to be transparency for these people to not be treated like this. They are being treated like animals. Some of these people are legitimate cases of persecution, of political persecution. But there's no process. There's no authority that it can do a legal pathway process. There is none procedure. The Mexican authorities are completely overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. They're overwhelmed, they're overrun, they're tired, and they don't know what to do. And this is because of these leftist policies and leftist governments. Leftist policies and leftist governments. Let me go live at Getter. Let me change the camera and see if I can go live. You know what? I'm gonna keep it like this. Oscar, please be careful and safe with cars behind you. Yes. Not too long ago, I had a really bad incident right there with a I'm not gonna say anything. I had a bad incident right there with a semi-truck. Right there behind me, I don't know if you remember, not too long ago, I had an incident right there with a semi-truck. But it's all right. I like those kind of incidents. So we're just waiting right here. Let me flip the camera right here for you guys to see how this inspection point, and see how this is. Mira, Juanito, ahí te hablan. So this is right now the inspection point that we are awaiting the more than 4,000 migrants that sadly they're walking through this particular area. Let me see if I can go live at Getter. And you know what? I'm gonna keep it only. I'm going to keep it only on YouTube. So we are waiting for the quantity as they're going to walk possibly through this side or possibly through that side. Again, this is our 14th trip to south of the border. 14 times we have traveled to south of the border. We had traveled with, this is my 10th or 11th caravan. I don't even know which one it is. 10th or 11th caravan that I have traveled with. Hit that bell button on YouTube, get that like button on YouTube, and share that video, share this video. So we are live right here, 10 to 11 caravan, 14 times we have traveled to this place. Bringing you always live and uncut footage, man. Live and uncut footage for every single one of you. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Real America's Voice News, the best network to bring you reality and truth of coverage of the border. Best network to bring you reality and coverage of truth of the borders. Best coverage. Buy me a coffee. It's on the pin on the it's pinned on the chat. That is our application for our network. I believe that they're coming right here. No. Tenemos a las 1:20 para el siguiente. A mí se me hace que te agarras el poder y no para que lo traigas ahí, güey. Ahí viene todo atrás en la mochila, pero nomás tráete el poder si quieres. No voy a hacer la de malas, mira. Que nos toque ahorita caminar y no alcanzamos el carro.
No, el carro no se va a mover. Tú dile que quieres que se quede. Si es enlace, si quieres que le traiga la señal más allá, Oscar.
El detalle va a ser la señal, ¿verdad? Ojalá y agarremos buena señal, si no nos movemos en el carro ahorita para un lugar con buena señal.
Yo creo que aquí va a ser, ¿verdad? Déjalos que pasen, haz imagen, déjalos que pasen y en el OXXO la hacemos. Porque de ahí para allá va a ser lo difícil la señal. Y vamos hasta Álvaro Obregón.
¿Nos vamos a ir hasta Álvaro Obregón?
Pues si no tiene señal, sí.
Porque de aquí a Álvaro Obregón no hay, ¿verdad?
No, de la mitad no hay.
No hay.
Te digo que mejor lo hagamos en el OXXO. Descansas, pero el mientras déjalos que avancen, porque van a descansar en alguna sombra, güey.
¿Dónde está el OXXO aquí? Pero hay otro allá en...
¿Dónde? ¿En
más.
Álvaro Obregón?
Hay otro en Álvaro
Sí,
Obregón.
pero hasta allá, güey. No. Si se mete todo el grupo, no va a haber pase, güey. Vamos a ir atrás.
Ok, está bueno. Thank you so much for joining in. They are coming now. On the top, you will see that it says Guatemala. The port of exit, also Talisman, that is a port of entry that we have been multiple times also. Guatemala and Puerto Madero, that is a highway for you to get to the border. It is another highway for you to exit to the other country, the neighbor country. It is Guatemala. And also right here, Talisman. Oscar, how bad is the economy over there? It's really bad. Has always been bad, and is always... I don't want to describe my country. We will be a first-class world country, but we are under a corrupt narco state, and we are oppressed by that. We are rich, but they want us to think that we are not rich and we are poor. That's why we are a third world class country. Do not let the United States go to that phase, people. Do not let these leftist policies and these leftist tyrannical governments take away your freedom. Immediately when you let these tyrannical governments take away your freedom, this is what is going to happen. You are going to start migrating to another country to try to get an opportunity to get a better life. Californians right now, in the United States of America, Californians are migrating and living in Mexico right now. Hundreds of thousands of Californians are migrating and living in Mexico because they cannot afford the life in the United States of America, in the state of California. $2,000 for a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment. So it's impossible to live. Imagine $2,000 plus the car payment, plus the SDG&E, plus groceries, plus the gas that is exacerbated right now in price. It is impossible to live right now in California. Whether you have a social economic class job, you can actually survive. But whatever happened to the middle and lower class families? They're living on the streets, they're homeless. Do not let these tyrannical leftist governments take away your freedom with their leftist policies and always pandering to oppression. Always pandering with this language. You're a fearmonger, you're a conspiracy theorist. You're creating hysteria at the border, you're creating hysteria. You're a QAnon. You're not woke, you're a white imperialist, you're a white supremacist. You're a xenophobic, you're transphobic, you're homophobic, you're pronoun phobic. All those languages, they oppress the population to make them believe that they're bad. They make you ashamed of your skin. Look what they're doing to a lot of the white population. They're making them feel ashamed of their skin. This is not about color. They're the ones that are making it about color. This is not about division. They're the ones that they're causing that division. This is not about the economy. They're the ones that they're destroying the economy. The United States needs to be united. You guys need to stay strong and need to fight for one thing, that is freedom. One thing, that is freedom. Every single migrant, you will ask them right here, do you care about the embargo or the blockage? It's part of it, they say. But we prefer freedom. Number one thing, freedom. Fight for that. Don't ever forget about that. Flip the camera right here. Let's go to the shadow. Ah, qué burros. Oye, esos están más cabrones porque nosotros queremos pasar por ahí, ¿verdad? No queremos evitar, nosotros queremos pasar. ¿Qué dice, amigo? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te va?
Bien,
Oscar,
bien,
mucho
bien.
gusto.
Cristian, alegría.
Mucho gusto. Cálmate. Thank you so much for joining in. This is my cameraman right here. Let me present you my cameraman right here. Manuel. Lo voy a decir en inglés. This is Manuel de Jesús. He has, ¿cuántos años de experiencia tienes ya? ¿Más de 10?
Nada, 15.
More than 15 years of experience with cameras. He has worked with multiple mainstream medias as TV Azteca, and as a lot of mainstream medias he has worked with. Really professional guy. Say hello to him at every B-roll video, and the talent behind the locations, it is him. Manuel de Jesús, give it a round of applause. Follow him at his platform that is called Línea a Línea, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Línea a Línea, line to line. It is called, this is Manuel. You can call him Manny. Manny, ya te van a llamar Manny. He's saying that it's okay, Manny. He's saying, okay, Manny's okay. He's a good guy, man, a good guy. He's like 6'4", around that. I'm a short guy over here, man. I'm 5'8" on a good day. There's no problem with being short, you know. There's nothing to being short. Sometimes you cannot reach the counter, but it's okay. You can ask somebody else to help. They're walking on top of the bridge, okay. So they decided to walk instead of walking through this side, my God, they decided to walk through this side of the bridge. Let's see how this goes. Goes my cameraman Manny. And I think that they're going to unite right here, and they're going to gather right here. They're going to regroup. That is the correct word to say. They're going to regroup. And let's see if the authorities are going to let them pass. Right now, as the caravan, it is right here walking. National Guard officials are basically guiding the new caravan. There's the huge amount of people coming on that side. Holy cow, there's a lot of people coming on that side. Look at that. Buy Me a Coffee is on the top link, and it is a pin on the chat. If you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund, Buy Me a Coffee is on the top link. Let's go all the way to the front and do this coverage for every single one of you right here. Real America's Voice News bringing you live coverage. Thank you so much, Nate. Thank you so much, Pam. Thank you so much, Eva. Thank you so much, Laura, for all your contributions.
Gracias por un apoyo por aquí de la policía de Tapachula, ve. Mire. Agua.
4,000 people right here. Look at the bridge right there.
Paso libre.
4,000.
Esta inmigración.
Venezuela, Venezuela. Venezuela.
Sí, pero la cambiaron, ¿no? Señora Wendy. Ay, ¿podemos ir al carro nomás a agarrar mi pila? Vamos, güey. More than 4,000 people they are right now walking as we are walking with them.
Gracias.
All of them.
Gracias por su apoyo.
All of them.
Te seguimos en el Facebook.
All of them. They are yelling Maduro. Out with Maduro. These are people that they are running away from dictatorship and communism. These are people that they are escaping the communist regime. This is the number one thing. Why they are letting this dictator continuing? Why they are letting these government to continue? Why communism is the solution for a country? Why the dictatorship of Nicolás Maduro it is continuing in that country? If that dictatorship was not continuing in that country, you will not have this exile. This is an exile of people from Venezuela walking, torturing themselves, escaping the dictatorship. But I know that the United States is not the solution for the world. We already know that. We already know that explanation. But ultimately, what it is, the number one solution, it is to end the dictatorship of this coward, this animal, this monster of Nicolás Maduro. Microphone is going to be off, people. Number one thing is that I'm running out of battery. So if the audio is not good, it is the number one reason why. It is because I don't have the microphone connected. The only thing that I have connected, it is the battery pack. So you guys are gonna have to deal with that circumstance right now. And that is what we have to do right now. That is the only option. That is the only option that we have. %, of battery. I didn't have nothing.
What happened, my friend? So fine.
Dale pues. Some of them, they talk to me in English. They want to talk to me in English, but they see me consistently talking in English.
Amigo, ¿eso por qué canal sale?
¿Eso por qué canal? Oscar el Blue en YouTube. Oscar Blue en América.
¿Cantado o qué?
Hombre, estamos empezando.
¿Te viene?
Vamos, pues ya. This is possibly the sun. It's one of the biggest things that is the sun. As the heat is overwhelming. It's a complete exhaustion of this. They decided to walk at 12 o'clock, and that is a complete craze. This is craziness to the fullest extent, but they only saw this option to walk at 12 o'clock at noon. This is torture, complete torture. Hombre de las 1000 notas. Oye, ¿tenemos pendiente una plática? Sí. No te me vayas a ir, mi amigo, ¿eh? This is complete torture. and children.
¿Creen esto justo ustedes?
And again, this other caravan, again, men, majority of them are men, but there's a lot of women, as I said. So let me just round up what has been going on. Let me just give a synopsis of what has been going on. More than 4,000 migrants, they have been embarking today on a caravan, on a new caravan, due to the International Immigration Officers not giving out the multiple migration form that is a permit that permits them to walk freely for more than 7 to 10 days. This permit was not given to them because they're forcing them to go to COMPARTE, that is the Commission of Refugees first. That permit of the Commission of Refugees takes around 3 months for them to have an appointment to get the multiple migration form. After that, they can migrate. So they don't want to wait 3 months. They want every process quick and fast. And ultimately, also that the international immigration officials, they're taking a long time to attend the migrant population. They have more than 100 windows supposedly open to attend this population, and they're only open in 10 to 20. Also, during the week that we were doing a coverage from Monday to Friday, an immigration officer came out to the population and it said that the system has been collapsed, that they don't know how to handle the system, that it has been overwhelmed. So due to that factor, that it has been overwhelmed, that the system is already collapsed, migrants decided to walk. Today, as you're seeing right now, they're blocking the street for them to cross from one side to the eastbound, to not cross on top of the bridge. Ultimately, after that, you have this complete, migration influx right now of more than 4,000 people migrating and walking. It is unbelievable. Then now you have more than 4,000 that are walking, decided to walk due to this influx that it has not been controlled, and the government of Mexico has not been able and capable to give them away permits. Of course, their ultimate goal is to go to the United States of America. That is the #1 goal, to go to the United States of America. And the whole thing is that there is a process, but the process has not been stipulated, and no, it has not been reinforced by the Mexican government. If the Mexican government reinforces this process to let them know as soon as they exit their country, Venezuela, letting them know that the process in Mexico takes around 3 months, they will know, and they will actually know that ultimately this is a process that it takes 3 months, but they don't tell them, they don't educate them, and this is the #1 problem, that the process has not been stipulated and it has not been enforced. If you enforce this in your port of entry and you did not have an open border, as these leftist policies is all about open borders, you will have an orderly, documented and peaceful and regular migration, but now you have this complete opposite. People migrating irregularly and risking their lives.
Venezuela.
Risking so much of their lives that a lot of them they're dying, a lot of them they're risking their lives. And a lot of them they're basically, and a lot of them they're suffering, and a lot of them they are being mistreated as they're coming in. A lot of them, they say they put themselves in this predicament, Oscar. They put themselves in this predicament. They're the ones that they put themselves in this predicament. They're the ones that they put themselves in this place. Yes, I understand that, but it's incentivized. It's incentivized.
¿Cuántos migrantes han pasado?
More and more are coming all the way to the back. We're going to go all the way to the front.
Hola, Impacto Visión. Casi tengo una caminata, no un agua, un Gatorade. Ayúdanos.
Todos.
Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Booth, the Border Network News correspondent for Real American Muslims and the Wendy Bell Radio Network. We're live right here basically in the pit where we're supposed to be. We walk the walk, but we don't talk the talk. And after our hit with Real America's Voices, we are going to start walking with them for a large period of time, accompanying them and also being broadcasting as we are walking. We walk. We bring you guys reality and truth of the news as we always have done. 10 caravans, more than 10 caravans we have traveled, shown reality and truth of the news as caravan after caravan after caravans. The most important news today is the number of caravans that have been made since 2022, and it is 16 caravans. 16, and they have created this regularization of migration. They think that migrating, walking, the government of Mexico, they think that putting people to migrate walking it is a correct way. But ultimately, the number one problem right now, at this particular time and juncture, it is the filters. We don't know who is on these groups, and the United States is admitting them, and also Mexico is admitting them, and every country in Central and South America is admitting them. Filters need to be reinforced for the safety of the people that they have vulnerable cases of asylum, for the safety of the children, for the safety of the migrants, and also for the safety of the sovereignty of every country.
La zona residencial de Tapachula. ¿Me viste? Ah, te iba a tomar una foto, pero... No, lo que pasa va a borrar la foto. Oye.
So we're going to continue to walk right here. More migrants are coming. They're letting them pass. They're in the middle of this intersection where the National Guard, and you see them right here. They are basically not interrupting, but they're basically guiding them to which point they can walk and which point they can't. That is the number one obligation right now of the National Guard, to tell them where they can walk and where they can't. People that are saying, Oscar, stay hydrated. Yes, we brought a lot of water. We have a lot of water. And in these kind of conditions, it is really hard. Please, I am going to say only this once. I am going to say only this once. Respect the live feed. No denigrating language, please. Respect the live feed.
Amigo, bien.
Sí, dale, el señor que lleve el bastón con la muchacha.
Gracias por todo.
Respect the live feed. And a lot of these people are saying, Oscar, you're censoring the comments. I'm not censoring the comments. This is my platform. If you don't like it, there's other platforms that you can go and let yourself go. Ya son las dos, entonces ya nos vamos porque...
llegar al basurero,
Pues entonces a lo mejor agarramos ahí. Necesito llegar a un OXXO antes que nada. There's more migrants coming, more migrants crossing the sidewalk.
Primero, Maracay.
Yo figura pública.
¿Sí, en serio?
As more migrants are crossing. There's a never-ending story that we have talked about so many times. So many times talking about this. So many times describing. Ese güey se le cae la cámara. ¿Ya viste? Casi se le cae la cámara al güey. ¿Te salvó la vida el Damiane? More migrants coming, more migrants crossing the sidewalk. A little bit more further, we're going to start walking. We need to get to a good position for our broadcast and for our hit with Dr. Gina Primetime and also with Mr. Stephen K. Bannon. Later on this afternoon, as you guys see, our colleague from TV Azteca right there in the front. Pedro Gerardo Lopez, that is a great correspondent from TV Azteca, a great friend of ours, as he's doing a magnificent and great job. Let me just get, so you guys can see who are the people that we work with. These are people, these are our colleagues, and they're always bringing great news. I'm just gonna stay quiet and let you guys see how these people are working. Look at this.
¿En qué canal se llama eso?
Quedó colapsada, quedó totalmente rebasada. Ahora las autoridades dicen que este formato migratorio múltiple se lo saben que nos van a entregar en días posteriores. Aquellos que necesitan, los migrantes dicen que necesitan. Hay que iniciar la caminata hacia el municipio de Gusta, porque allá dicen van a exigir a las autoridades migratorias que se entreguen este documento, el formato migratorio múltiple, pero algunos migrantes aseguran que hay cambios.
One of the people that I admire a lot is this man, that he does a magnificent job doing a broadcast, so professional, and I have learned so much from him. I never put these people on the screen because I keep it really private, but I want to show you guys how this is a great anchor for TV Azteca, and he's a great person that I respect him a lot because he's a really professional. Extreme professional. There you go. Just another take.
En la viva no.
Let's go to the other side right now. ¿Ustedes dicen cuándo? Let us keep going with our broadcast. Let us follow the caravan. Continue to follow the caravan, first and foremost. Voy a continuar en vivo, ¿no? as we are continuing this live broadcast, more than 4,000 people are in this caravan. A lot of them are managing another number. We are managing what the Department of Humanitarian Rights is telling us, and also what the migrant census was done. 4,000 is the number that is being managed. Be sure to be watching at 4 o'clock East Coast time, 3 o'clock Central time, Dr. Gina Prime time, and also 4 o'clock Central time, 5 o'clock East Coast time. Steve Bannon in the War Room. Bringing you truth of the news. Necesito llegar a un OXXO primero que nada. Oye, Juan, porque estoy en vivo, ¿no me harías un paro de bajar y poner una recarga?
Sí.
Pues ahí lo tienes. 6645. 58. Un paquete de... Sí. No sé si puedas, si le quieras comprar aguas o no sé qué. Natural, güey. ¿Ya mandaste algo, Nano? Thank you so much for joining in. We are still continuing live. Gracias, Juan. Gracias. We are continuing to go live right now. National Guard officials are right here, but they're not doing anything. I'm sorry for the people at Getter. They're asking me why you're not live at Getter. The reason why is that the phone is overheating a lot, so I'll be going live at Getter possibly late at night, late in the afternoon, when the sun is much. It's not that hot. We got a lower temperature. The temperature is it's high. And ¿qué temperatura más o menos hay ahorita, Juan?
35, sensación térmica de 38.
¿Grados Fahrenheit?
Sí.
68 grados Fahrenheit?
35, 38.
35 to 38 Fahrenheit. That is the temperature over here. 35 to 38 Fahrenheit. So you imagine the humidity and the heat that is happening right now. It is just gnarly, the heat that is happening. We're gonna stop right here to get some water. Let me flip the camera right here to talk to you guys for a little bit as we are about to basically take a 5-minute rest. Sadly, we have to do this right now. I have to stay in the vehicle. Why? Because we are going to walk. You know, it's with experience. We have learned that if we start walking from the initiation, a lot of the good footage, it is mainly halfway. So it's mainly halfway when they're walking. It's good to be walking with them since the initiation, but also halfway, it is so important for us to continue with the broadcast. So we are right now eventually continuing with this live coverage for all of you as we are in the car, and ultimately we will be live with our network at Real America's Blues News in a few moments. How many people are? Sí, paquete. Sí. So thank you so much for joining in. How many people? A lot of them they're asking. It's a question that is repetitive, but I will say it. It is around 4,000 people. That is the number that it was given by the Department of Humanitarian Rights, and also not only that, but it is a number that it was given by also the census of authorities right here at the Institute of National Immigration in Mexico. Around the speculation, Department of Humanitarian Rights and also the migrants, they reunited the census. and they said that it's around 4,000 people. The number is around 1,000. Let me get the numbers straight for you guys to get it. I got it right here. Let me get the numbers straight. 1,207 women, 658 children, 2,349 men. 90% of this caravan are from Venezuela. Again, we're walking in another caravan for all of you to understand that we are basically giving you guys live coverage of every single thing and every single moment of a caravan headed to the north borders that connect to the United States of America. This is another caravan that is moving, and ultimately it is a caravan that it will be no effort to improve their own countries. You're incorrect. I'm sorry, you're incorrect. Just wave their flag as they walk into another countries. Yes, they're doing that, but your comment is not out of place. It is not well informed. These are people that they're in, and before you start with the ideologies, the United States cannot take over. We understand, but these are people that they are under a dictatorship of communism and socialism. This is why it's so important that in the United States of America you need to reject every policy that is close to socialism, like Alexander Ocasio that wants socialism, also Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar. These people want socialism and communism, and Gavin Newsom. They want all this, Bernie Sanders. You need to reject all those policies because you will see how people are leaving their countries because of that. They don't have no weapons to defend themselves. They defend themselves with rocks and sticks and stones. That's how they defend themselves. They have been protesting for years outside in the streets. If you guys haven't seen the massive protests of Venezuelan people protesting continuously against the dictatorship of Nicolás Maduro, it has been consistent, the protests against Nicolás Maduro, the socialist dictator who has killed a lot of people. That is the word, and I'm sorry to use that word. I know that it's incorrect, but it has, that a lot of the people have been assassinated in their own country because they don't know how to defend themselves. So it is exactly what is happening in gracias Juan. Gracias. It is exactly what is happening. It's exactly what is happening in Cuba. They don't have people to defend themselves. They don't have weapons to defend themselves. Let's continue with the live broadcast right here. We are changing the camera. We are going to start moving right now towards where the tip of the iceberg of the caravan. Nos vamos a ir hasta la punta, imagino, ¿eh? Okay. Si no se pararon aquí en la botella, yo creo que se van a parar más adelante. And they basically stop in several particular checkpoints. But sometimes they stop, sometimes they don't. So you see people right here on the right side, continuously resting right here. The National Guard vehicle right here, it is accompanying them. Live coverage for every single one of you. So many times we have walked these places. You have children walking alone. Coffee is pinned on the chat. If you guys like to see content or independent reporting and travel fun, buy me a coffee. It is pinned on the chat. People are still migrating, they're still walking. If they start getting dispersed, they're going to be picked up by the authorities. So that is, look at this massive amount. ¿Traes el telefoto, Juan? Step outside right here for a moment. Talk to you guys for a moment right here, as I am going to sit down right here for a second. Stand right here for a second as people are, the migrants are walking right now through this area. I know that they're tired, they're exhausted, but these people are coming from a dictatorship. It is no justification to migrate in these inhuman ways. I completely understand that. I am for legal migration, documented, peaceful. But when you have a dictatorship and when you have a communist system that oppresses you to live in inhuman conditions, you don't have no other option but to leave. The problem is that there's no filter, there is no regular migration. It's providing the better access and the most fast And ultimately, not only that they can actually provide a solution. Can actually provide a solution for these people. Where is the most immediate solution that is end the dictatorship of this guy, this monster that is Nicolas Maduro and OXXO? To end the dictatorship of all these leftist tyrannical politicians. They have ruined countries, ruined lives, and because of this, you have this massive people consistently migrating through these inhuman conditions. It is sad to say, but it's a reality. And the reality is, a lot of people say, that we cannot take care of we need to take care of our own. I understand that. I completely understand, but this is the thing. You're not getting it. This is a humanitarian crisis. You cannot close the United States in a bubble. There needs to be a solution. If the United States has provided millions and millions and millions of dollars to these countries, they need to make sure that every single penny and every single dollar needs to be well spent on education, on infrastructure, on jobs, on security. The money does not have to go to these dirty politicians' pockets. There needs to be a task force with people to understand that the money goes to the people. It's not about tyrannical governments, it's about the people. It's about these countries. The United States is also going through a disastrous administration. It is the Biden regime. They're the ones that they're destroying. Nobody else. Only Biden himself is destroying this country. On the back. Continuing with live broadcast right here. Got an ambulance right here on the back. forget that we are human beings. Forget about that. are all men. There's no misinformation of that. Military age men, the majority of them. ¿Cuánto?
Si luce esa gorra, te luce. Está buena. Vuela. Se puede.
What tyrannical governments will do to a population.
Agua, agua.
A los niños. This is what they will do to a population that's been oppressed by a communist regime. You don't want this in your country. This is why it's so important that we show the truth for people in the United States of America to not give up with your freedoms. It's really important to understand that we are supposed to fight for our freedoms and not let these communist regimes. The continent of America, as I've said multiple times before, the continent of America, it is under a globalist and communist attack. The continent of America is under globalist and communist attack. They don't care about the working class. They don't care about the elite. They don't care about the middle class. They don't care about the lower class families.
Venezuela.
They only care about their agenda and their purpose. Sadly, with much migrating in this particular way, it is not a solution. Walking for kilometers and kilometers, it is not the solution. Putting people at risk and putting children, most importantly, at risk, it is not the solution. Of course, it is not the solution. The majority of these people are young military age men. You see some women.
Maduro, coño de tu madre.
You see the military is this man's arms. Some children, some women. Women are all the way behind.
Te vas a morder la lengua.
¡Épale, ya vamos llegando! Bien ese apoyo, bien.
So you said everybody knows where we want to go, where we want to go, right?
And
to me. Everybody knows where we want to go and where we want to
acércate.
go.
Dilo. No, aquí.
Everybody knows where we want to go and where we want to arrive. We want to get a new life. For that reason, we are working here.
Describe me with one word, Nicolás Maduro.
No, I prefer don't answer the.
Dictator. Dictador.
Yes.
It's a dictator.
Yes, but I prefer.
Inhumano, inhuman.
Yes. I know. We know you're right, but I prefer don't
Okay.
talk about it.
Thank you.
Hey.
We are right now broadcasting, waiting for our hit with Dr. Gina Primetime. We have a dog right here. Migrant dog. ¿Cómo se llama?
Pinky.
¿Desde dónde lo traes?
De Venezuela.
Desde Venezuela. ¿Pasaste el Darién con él?
Claro que sí.
Sí. That's a dog, and he said that he went through the Darien Gap with his dog. Dog is Vicky. A lot of these people, they don't leave their pets. These are experiences. I'm not pandering, right? I'm just telling the story, telling the news. Children right here walking.
¿Por qué nos hacen sufrir tanto?
Said that nobody deserves to be under a communist regime. This is what it will do, and this is what the Biden administration is doing to the United States of America, not at this level, but it's going to do this to the country of the United States of America with inflation of prices, with inflation of gas, lacking of goods, frozen the exporting and importing of basically international affairs, having an extremely bad relationship with capitalist governments, not providing and incentivizing growth for young men, closing those doors of future for the United States of America, importing this deficit to the country. Sadly, this is the actual problem right here. Children right here on the bottom. Look at this. Child is crying because of another child. So this is the better pathway for migrants of Joseph Biden.
Venezuela.
This is the better pathway of Joseph Biden, the better pathway of migrants. Listen to this. this is his better pathway. This is what he said back in the elections. I don't know if you remember, but he also said in the incentivized that they need to search the border. So there's not a documented legal way to migrate. No. The most aggravating thing of Joseph Biden was to say we need to search the border. And ultimately, not only that, he incentivized for this mass migration to continue with the cartels being an outlet now for transportation. Another child right here under the heat walking. Really important that we capture every single thing. Oscar can't make out what you're saying due to vehicles and truck noise. Move further away from the noise. I'm sorry, this is the only position that I got. ¿Va todo bien? Señora, me guarda esta cachucha, me la regaló un migrante.
El Blue.
¿Qué huele? ¿Qué rollo? ¿Qué show? Byron saying hello to me when they're walking. Again, more children right here walking underneath. So you see children right here. I'm not lying on the screen. This is on the screen. I'm not lying. This is video right here. When you see, there's a lot of people are saying the predominant number is men. Yes, we already know that the predominant number, it is military age men, but there's also children. You see right here, 2 children also right here walking. Buenas tardes, échale. ¿Dónde? ¿Cómo estás? Ya no había visto el teléfono, no. ¿Ya te sabes? ¿Ocupas?
¡Hay agua!
Cálmate, que no contestan ni el teléfono ni los mensajes, güey. ¿Qué rollo? ¿Cómo andas? ¿Dónde andas? ¿En dónde estaba? Estoy muy decepcionado de ti, tu ignorancia y esta flacidez de palabras me han decepcionado. Qué flacidez. ¿Qué rollo? ¿Cómo andas? ¿Dónde andas? ¿Vas en la punta? ¿Con quién andas? ¿Solo? ¿Te cacho ahorita para echar una platicada o qué, güey? Porque sí ocupo platicar contigo, güey. No, tú dale. Aquí voy a estar hasta toda la semana. Ocupo echar una platicada contigo, güey. Es neta. Ahora pues, ya estás, mi rey. Ya estás, güey. Estamos al habla. Ahora pues. We are watching right here people just practically walking with their things. A lot of them, they are still continuing with this travesty. This is a travesty, people. So many experiences. But why? Why it's supposed to be like this? This is not the way. This is not the way. This is not supposed to be the way for anybody. Everybody deserves a better life. Every human being deserves a better life for their countries.
Gracias. Gracias por el apoyo.
Everybody deserves a better life in their countries. I believe that the problem needs to be resolved on this communist dictator, Nicolas Maduro. His government needs to end. It's a complete embarrassment to his nation and to his people. His people are dying. His people are running out of the country, dying of hunger. No water, no food.
Mira, Venezuela por México. Vámonos, México.
Economy. Problem is in their country, and if you ask, and if you ask them and tell them, hey, if your country was okay economically and financially, in terms of security, if it is okay, will you stay? And they say, I will not be going to this. If I have the possibilities of this, I will not put myself in danger. I will stay in my country. But you guys have to understand, this is the dictatorship. They don't have even weapons, they don't have rocks, they don't have nothing. How are you supposed to fight? Like the Cuban people that they want freedom. The embargo has nothing to do with it. The blockage has nothing to do with it. Whatever you want to call it, embargo, blockage, whatever you want to call it. Whatever both of them. It's one of the obstacles, but it's not the number one obstacle. The biggest obstacle in humanity is communism. And don't come to me that you don't know nothing about communism, you haven't read communism. I have read multiple times the manifesto of Karl Marx and Engels. Multiple times. They talk about division, and they talk about how they've taken the state, and they talk about how the only way to conquer is to divide and to create chaos. They talk about that. No.
Gracias por el apoyo.
We talk about all this. This is dictatorship. Multiple times I have said that the continent of America is under communism and dictatorship. ¿Sabes que esa es la mejor camisa que existe? 14 champions nada más, papá.
Humildemente.
Yeah, it's carrying a shirt of the Real Madrid. That is my favorite team of the world, El Real Madrid, Real Madrid. That is the team of my dreams. One day I will see a game in Santiago Bernabeu, in Spain, in Madrid. It's one of my dreams that is on my bucket list, to go see a Real Madrid-Barcelona match. And to sing the Real Madrid anthem.
No toma fotico, pero dice, tómate un agua, chambito.
Line never ends. long story. Ay, ay, ay. Not even putting attention to it. Behave with the language on the live feed. There's children right here walking. Behave.
Te amo, me amas. Ahí está la cara. Aló.
Behave with the language. Behave. Todavía no me hablan.
Pero ya mero, ¿no? ¿De las 3?
Faltan 8 minutos.
Sí, acá estamos todavía a cola.
Sí, falta un frego, ¿no?
Sí.
Nos la aventamos caminando de reversa o así en medio. Y aquí para atrás, ¿sí, verdad? Buy me a coffee. It is pinned on the chat. Thank you so much for joining in. A lot of people have said, Oscar, whatever happened to you? Man, I was really stubborn and I was really stiff with a lot of things. I started traveling with caravans. I started seeing the situation and the suffering that it was put on these countries and how globalist corporations and also monopolies that they have control of our countries, not only Mexico, but Central and South America. Nano, ya estuvo. Sí. So I'm about to end this live feed, people. I'm about to go live with Dr. Gina Primetime. God bless you all. Stay safe.